Tom Brady, different offseason, right? Was not there for much of the voluntary portion of the offseason workouts for the Patriots, there for minicamp and now here for training camp. Will turn 41 years old on August 3rd and still at it, but talking about how this was a bit of a different offseason for him this year.
We got a lot of work to do. It's just the beginning, and obviously not a lot of things are perfect at this point. So just trying to, focus on one day and try to get better and improve certain things. And we talk about the things that need to be corrected and try to improve in the next practice. So it's kind of the start of the year for everyone. It's exciting, and hopefully we can make the most of it. I'm always working on my footwork, my mechanics. Spent a lot of time doing that this off season. Trying to. I think a lot of it is playing good football and staying healthy. That's what it comes down to, being a professional athlete. And it's being in good condition, being in good shape, making the right plays and reads, techniques, fundamentals for your position. I spent a lot of time doing that. And now it's got to transfer over to the field. Football is very, very important to me. It always has been. And I love being out here with my teammates. So it's great. As you get older, you have different responsibilities, and I think that's just part of life, and everyone's got to deal with those responsibilities differently and what works for them. And, football is a huge part of my life. I love being here with my teammates and playing, and hopefully we can have a great season.
Tom, when Julian tested positive, a lot of people connected it to Alex Guerrero. Just what's your reaction to that? Do you think it's fair?
I have no comment. It's just ridiculous.
Tom.
I'm out. See you guys.
And he gone. He had enough at that point, MJD.
Yeah. You know what? I think the one thing you have to, when you really listen to what he was saying, football is very important to him. But as his kids get older, being a dad is just as important. So I want to kind of see how it goes. We've been watching him on social media. He's been killing it on Instagram, posting videos. His son's like catching the ball for him and rushing him as a passer. And Tom's doing some great things. But this has been a different offseason for the Patriots. Obviously, him and Gronk not being there. So they got to get back on the same page. And then obviously Julian Edelman being out and some of these things. So I'm excited to see what Tom and these guys are able to do. And I'm excited to see how this defense is going to look with the new defensive coordinator. We know Bill's going to still have his fingerprint on it, but it's going to be a little bit different than what we saw. Yeah, no question about it. And what prompted the walk-off, as you heard there, was a question from a reporter about the connection between Alex Guerrero, Tom Brady's trainer, personal trainer, and the PED suspension that Julian Edelman is going to deal with for the first 4 weeks of the season. And obviously, Tom did not want anything to do with that conversation. No comment. I'm out. Well, and look, that's part of what makes this organization so good at blocking out the noise, right? Well, you got to talk about it. I mean, you have Julian Edelman, who's like one of his best friends on one side, and then obviously his trainer on the other side is one of his best friends, business partner. And so you don't want to put yourself in that situation. Now, Rhett, if someone were to come to me and talk bad about you, I'd be like, hold on. Don't you talk about Rhett like that. That's my boy. That's what Tom's doing. He's trying to make sure that he's protecting both guys in this situation because he knows down the road, both of those guys are very important to him. Yeah, I mean, I got your back too. Do you? Unless, of course, this tent falls and then I'm out. Oh, you know what I mean? Like last year. Last year was pretty fun. Some trouble. Anyway, so here's Tom Brady. There's Brian Hoyer, right? No Jimmy Garoppolo, no Jacoby Brissett at this training camp, and Tom very familiar with Brian, having been there for a few years before in that quarterback room, and there it is, Tom Brady to Julian Edelman, a welcome sight, but one that we'll have to hold off on for the first 4 weeks with Edelman suspended. So what does this offense look like once again without Edelman? Well, I think you're going to see these type of routes ran by some of your running backs, James White, Sony Michel. Those guys are going to come in and be able to make immediate impact in the game. The one thing the Patriots are able to do, and they do it very well, they adjust their personnel to whatever they have and whatever is most effective against their opponent. And so what I'm seeing here from Tom Brady's quick three-step drop out of the shotgun, getting the ball out quick, and we know that Tom is not a guy that likes to hold on to the ball. He doesn't want to get hit. And there you see him coaching the wide receivers as he's going forward. He's, hey, do it this way, do it that way. That's what you get from, obviously, veteran quarterbacks. You're starting to see that a little bit throughout the league right now. Yeah, and my buddy Mike Giardi, who's down there, has covered the Patriots forever, talking about Tom Brady today getting some extra work in after practice with Jordan Matthews.
who's new to the Patriots this year after coming over from the Buffalo Bills. And look, veteran receivers have had some trouble integrating themselves into the Patriots offense here for a number of years. And they got Kenny Britt's there as well.
Can I tell you why?
Yeah. Why?
Because you don't just play one position in the Patriots offense. You have to understand the whole concept of what they're trying to do. So if we could educate our fans here, there's a concept called stick, which is 2 outs and a go. You play wide receiver, you know about that, right? And the backside, the X, he may run a slant or whatever. Well, you have to be able to do all that. You have to learn all those things. You just can't learn what the third receiver is doing or what the first receiver is doing. You have to be able to learn everything. And a lot of guys in this league, they get really good at one position, and that's where the team kind of focuses in on them at. And then so they're like, hey, you're going to play X the whole time. And so that's one of the things that I've heard about the Patriots, and it's a beautiful thing that a lot of people are starting to go to that. You're seeing the Niners do it as well. So it must have been a good throw because they're screaming about something over there.
Yeah. Well, they scream about everything there in Foxborough. It's always a rowdy crowd. And I want to get back to what you said about Sony Michel and the running backs here in a little bit. We'll come back to Patriots practice.